What's up everyone? John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo here with an unboxing for you of the Motorola Atrix 4G laptop dock. This is a laptop-esque accessory for your Atrix 4G that adds a lot of computer-esque functionality to what's already a pretty robust smartphone. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dig in and do a hands-on. So we had a chance to take a look at this at CES 2011. It was pre-production hardware at the time, so I'm excited to see if there's any sort of improvements that were made from January, early January, until now, the end of February. So the box this comes in is quite presumably a little bit on the large side. It houses an 11.6-inch laptop accessory in there. So we've got a picture of it on the front, really nothing on the side. On the back is where all the specs and information here live, and I'll run through all this as we go. Here's what it includes, but we'll see sort of all that. A laptop dock, 30-watt wall charger, power charger carrying case, and quick start guide. I think what's most important to know and to see is actually this diagram right here, which is sort of a simple way of showing what the Atrix can do aside from just making phone calls. So here is the Atrix. It's got a vehicle dock for it. This is the laptop dock. You can have a standard dock for just normal docking things for syncing. HD multimedia dock, connecting it to your TV, or even a wireless keyboard. There's a lot of accessories for this guy. So let's go ahead and open her up. There's a lot of pricing differences here. If you buy it together with the smartphone from AT&T at least, it's going to set you back about $500. That'll give you the dock and the phone, although there are other varying deals from Radio Shack and Amazon, so you're best with checking your local retailer for pricing. So we will, there's a little bit of tape right there we gotta hack through. And of course, whenever we see tape, bust out the unnecessarily large knife. You don't have a FedEx pack to cut through here, so there's very little danger of losing a finger. All right, so we've got a little bit of a tab to lift up, some cardboard, and here is the Atrix laptop dock itself, hidden under there. We'll do a hands-on in just a moment, push that right off to the side, and let's see what else we are going to get inside of this box. So we've got a user's guide. It's funny, it's a pretty small user's guide, almost like you get for the phone. We've got some start connecting information. More fun to play with it on your own and figure it out. And then we have a microfiber cleaning cloth. And in the other compartment here is probably a wall charger and a case. There's the wall charger, pretty small power brick. There's the part that plugs into the power brick. All right, so let's push all this stuff off to the side, and let's take a look at the laptop dock itself and talk a little bit about what this thing is and what some of the differences are and how this is unique or similar to a laptop. All right, so first from a spec standpoint, it does have an 11.5-inch screen, and I'll open it up as I talk about it. You can see the screen right there. You can also see a bit of a reflection of me. So that is a 11.5-inch screen with a resolution of 1366 by 768. It weighs 2.4 pounds, so it's relatively light. Pretty much the whole bottom here is just battery. And it's going to get you 8 to 10 hours of use. And it also will charge your Atrix while it's in there. So if your Atrix says 0 charge, and this thing has a full charge, you plug it in, you can use it for 8 to 10 hours, and your Atrix will be fully charged by the time you take it out. So again, 11.5-inch screen, weighs 2.4 pounds. We've got a pretty nice size chiclet-style keyboard here. It is a full QWERTY. You've got a separate row for numbers, tab, caps lock, shift, control, function keys. You've got 1 through F12, and you've got your full 4-way directional navigation. So if we pull this off on the trackpad, this is some more interesting stuff happening here as well. If I can get my fingernail under there. So tap twice on LED to turn trackpad on and off. Kind of neat. There's an LED in the upper left-hand corner right there. Press button in front of device to check battery level. You got a left click and a right click. So this is running a very heavily skinned version of Linux. So if you've ever used Linux, you know, this should be a pretty familiar experience. Even if you've never used Linux, this should be a pretty familiar experience as well. Very large trackpad. There's where you tap if you want to turn this thing on. You've got a left and a right click. There's been conflicting reports whether or not this supports multi-touch, but we will check that out in the hands-on video. So if we close it up and we move right along to the back, there's a lot of other stuff going on here. So this flips up, and that's where your Atrix 4G is going to fit in, and we'll check a look at that again during the hands-on. You've got your micro USB port and your HDMI out right there. Fold that right back in. We've got two USB ports, which is kind of neat. I've got a power port right there. Appears to be speakers on the left and right side, so stereo speakers. Nothing really going on there on the bottom. On the top, it's got a magnetic latch, and there you have the screen. So if I comparison, so you can get a sense of the size of this, an 11.6-inch MacBook Air is going to have the same resolution actually of the 1366 by 768. This weighs 2.4 pounds. The MacBook Air weighs 2.3 pounds, so almost the same. And here is a size comparison. We actually have the 11-inch MacBook Air here. Go ahead and see what the differences are on both. So this is a very thin accessory. I'm kind of curious to fire it up and experience it hands-on. So let's go ahead and check it out. Alright, so this is going to be a very brief hands-on tour of the laptop dock. I'll be doing a full overview and review in an upcoming video, but I want to give you guys at least a very brief sense of how this looks and what it does. So the Atrix 4G just plugs right in, and you get a very quick boot up, sort of in typical Linux fashion, of what's called your web top, and you get a lot of additional functionality here. So what you get is sort of icons across the bottom portraying a dock. So you've got a representation here of your phone, and it looks just like your phone would look. See, I've got my Launcher Pro icons here, icons across the bottom, and I could do whatever I would want to do on my phone right here. But if you can do that on your phone, why do you want to do that on a laptop extender? So let's go ahead and minimize that. You do get still the same phone functionality. I can access my dialer right here. I can dial a phone number, whatever I'd like. It does have speakers and microphones built in. I can access all of my contacts. All of my messages and email will show up here, so text messages or the Gmail account that I've got set up. And there are all of my Android buttons on the bottom, the menu, the home, back, and search. Go ahead and minimize that. There is an HD Entertainment Center here, and I'll demo this in an upcoming video. But this lets you view pictures, video, and sort of some additional media stuff. And you go ahead and scroll right through. We'll exit out of here. You do also have a full file management. There isn't storage on the laptop dock itself, but it gives you file management of the device or the memory card that you have in there. So we'll go ahead and close that and see what it looks like. This just takes you to Motorola's WebTop Zone, essentially just a web page. Interestingly enough, despite being a Google-built operating system, being Android, they included Mozilla's browser, not a mobile or Linux version of Chrome here. We've got Firefox. So let me go ahead and open this up and show you what the browser looks like. And while that's queuing up, you can see the top here, we've got sort of some standard icons. We've got your settings, which can give you access to the general stuff, including mouse and printers. I've got your Wi-Fi signal. This does have Bluetooth, so you can use a Bluetooth mouse if you'd like. There's my signal strength, battery for both the Atrix and the laptop dock, and my volume I can control right there. So this looks very browsery. You know, it looks like you'd see on any other laptop. Let's go ahead and try Techno Buffalo. And I will say that typing on it, there's Techno Buffalo. The keys have very nice throw. It feels really high quality, but the keys seem shrunk. They seem almost smaller than normal keys that you'd see on an 11.6 or 11.5 inch laptop. Definitely not a full-size keyboard. The touchpad seems to work very well. You can scroll. You do not have two-finger scrolling though. If you want to scroll down, you either have to use the arrows or drag the little indicator here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Atrix unboxing video. Web page and web viewing is pretty quick. You can go ahead and view most web pages any way that you'd like. So let's go ahead and take a look at a video. And because the Motorola Atrix does have Flash 10.1 support, this will of course play Flash content. Here we've got a video of me unboxing the Atrix. And we'll see what the quality looks like, just sort of very briefly. And this is playing at 360p. It's playing a little bit on the choppy side. Let's go ahead and make it full screen and see how that looks. And you can hear me chat in the background. And this is over Wi-Fi, not HSPA Plus here, by the way. I'm connected to my home Wi-Fi network. So it actually looks pretty decent here in full screen. It's a tad bit choppy, but it certainly looks as good as some of the older Atom netbook performance that I've seen playing YouTube videos. You know, it works pretty well. You're going to get the same limitations that you'll have with the phone, meaning you're not going to be able to get Hulu, but sort of general stuff that you can do on your phone tend to work very well on here. The utility of this is sort of yet to be seen, but I did want to give you guys just a bit of a hands-on tour, and as I get to use this a little bit more and get a sense of what it can do and not do, I'll give a more in-depth overview of the device. So if anything in particular that you guys want to see, go ahead and leave your comments down below and ask anything, including even the ability to right-click and what that's going to do for you. So copy, select all, or view selection source. It's kind of interesting what this device is capable of. And whether or not it's worth the money is probably going to come down to what you would use it for. So guys, I am John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo, and this has been an unboxing and first look at the Motorola Atrix laptop dock. See you guys in the next video.